Archangel Michael says, the chains are rattling, and a great unveiling has begun in the unseen realm. In the places your name was spoken with hatred, a divine echo now answers with justice. You were never forgotten, and heaven's courtroom has been in silent motion for days, preparing the verdict for those who plotted your fall. There is panic in the dark because the ones who laughed behind your back are now trembling before forces they can't see. They thought you wouldn't find out, but something sacred and powerful has turned in your favor. The timing is divine, and the message reaching you right now is no accident. It is your summon to witness judgment unfold. Archangel Michael says, your enemies are not just being exposed, they are being spiritually restrained. Their plans have backfired in the most dramatic way, and the consequences they're facing are not earthly alone. Every lie, every manipulation, every attempt to shame you has now attracted a storm from heaven. A sharp silence is spreading in the places where they once celebrated your delay. But the silence is not peace, it is fear, because heaven is watching. Today's revelation is dangerous for them, but it is your divine moment to rise and see what was hidden finally be shown. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They wrote things using your name. Signed on things you never agreed to. Your trust was used like a weapon, but now that weapon has turned into a hammer of justice pounding down on their actions. There is a sound in the air. It's the sound of footsteps retreating. Those who sought to damage your image are running, hiding, deleting messages, clearing out files. But they are too late, because your name is protected and your truth is returning with fire. You may not have seen the courtroom, but heaven has already issued a judgment on your behalf. What's done in secret will now be shouted through the very mouths that once whispered wickedness about you. You didn't have to defend yourself. Something higher is speaking now. Comment below if this word hit you deep. What's been taken from you will return with increase. And those who caused your delay will witness your advancement from a distance they can't escape. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They saw your kindness as a weakness. But that was their greatest mistake. Your grace invited angels, and now your silence has summoned judgment. There's a document involved. Someone you once trusted signed off on a harmful deal that affected you without your knowing. Their greed gave birth to your delay, but that seed has produced a rotten tree, and it is being chopped down tonight. A whisper went out in the spirit days ago. A whisper saying, protect this one. Restore what they lost. Reveal the hidden proof. And now it is happening, without your needing to knock on any door or ask for any help. Archangel Michael says, they underestimated your spiritual backing. They saw your calmness and thought you were unguarded. But the armies of heaven have always stood behind you like a silent thunderstorm, ready to strike. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Do not be surprised if someone suddenly confesses in the coming hours. A breakdown is coming for one of your enemies, mental, emotional, even legal. They won't be able to keep the lie hidden anymore. They already feel the judgment. One of them tried to send someone to test you or provoke you recently, but your reaction was so graceful that it shocked them. That moment confirmed that you are divinely protected, and they're realizing they're fighting something they can't control. There's an email that's going to be forwarded to you, an accidental message revealing how deeply your name was involved in things you never approved. That email is not just proof, it is the trigger of divine reversal. Archangel Michael says, the storm that was sent to destroy you has now turned direction. You don't need to say a word. Just watch, and you will see how enemies fall without your hands even moving. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This is not the time to react out of emotion. This is the time to remain seated while the truth rises like smoke from the places they tried to keep buried. Let heaven deliver what it promised. They thought your silence meant weakness. But your silence was your agreement with God's process. You stood still while divine order aligned every piece of their deception for exposure. You are about to hear your name in places you never imagined, in conversations you were never invited to. But the tone won't be mockery, it will be regret, fear, and awe. People who distanced themselves from you when they heard false stories are about to come back ashamed. Some will apologize. Some will remain quiet, but all will know the truth has arrived like a sword. Type Amen to get blessing 222. There is an ex-friend who knows the full story but stayed quiet. They watched the enemy destroy your reputation and never spoke up. Their silence is now turning into guilt, and that guilt will move them to break their silence. They are thinking of contacting you with something important. A screenshot. A voice note. A memory. It's not just evidence, it's a mirror showing your enemy their true face. You might be tempted to ignore the signs, but this message is your confirmation. You are being asked not to retaliate, not to argue. Let judgment speak for you. Archangel Michael says, today is not just another day. Today, justice is being publicly born. This message is your invitation to witness it before the flames burn through their mask. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their names are being crossed off protection lists in the spirit realm. You are being moved forward, and they are being pushed back. This is the shift they tried to stop, but it's happening, and nothing can block it anymore. Someone is calling you in the coming days. Not just to talk, but to confess. They will say, I couldn't hold it anymore. You deserve to know. That moment will shake your spirit, because you always suspected, but now you'll know. A bank transaction is linked to this situation. A name you trusted was listed as a joint contact or proxy in a matter involving value. You were left out of updates, but not anymore. Archangel Michael says, your signature is being rewritten in places your enemies tried to erase. This time, not with ink, but with honor. Type Amen to get blessing 111. A relative is involved. They said they had your best interest at heart, but their actions say otherwise. They diverted something that belonged to you, thinking no one would find out. But heaven has been whispering in dreams. Strange things have been showing up, repeated numbers, unusual delays, conversations cutting off randomly. These are not coincidences, they are divine alerts. A huge break is about to take place. The person who thought they were untouchable is about to be caught in the web they created. All you need to do is keep your spirit steady. Archangel Michael says, you will not miss this moment. What they tried to delay is arriving faster than they expected, and they'll watch you receive it from the very place they said you'd never stand. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The most dangerous part of all this was their confidence. They believed they would never be caught. That's why their fall will be public. You'll see something online. A name you recognize will be tagged in a message or a leak. You won't have to dig, the exposure will come straight to your eyes. But don't react. Don't respond with anger. Respond by moving forward, because this is your proof that God fought the battle in silence while you rested. The reversal is complete. You are not just being vindicated, you are being repositioned. And your enemies? They are under judgment, and that judgment has no exit. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Every plan, every backstab, every insult, they all led to this one powerful moment. The truth has caught up to them. And the universe is not silent anymore. You are being rewarded in front of them. Your rise will be unstoppable. And your enemies will be speechless, watching as what they tried to bury blossoms into your blessing. Archangel Michael says, today is the day of restoration. Today is the turning of the tide. And it all begins now. Type Amen to get blessing 369. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the cycle of injustice is collapsing, piece by piece, lie by lie, betrayal by betrayal. What they built to trap you is now crumbling under divine weight. They are waking up from their illusion, realizing the spiritual battle they initiated is one they cannot win. The days ahead will be strange for them. People who once stood with them will step away, confused by dreams, visions, or sudden feelings of guilt. The energy they used to attack you is now turning inward, and they're starting to break from within. There is an audio clip that was never meant to be heard. It contains words spoken against you by someone you once cared for deeply. That clip will surface in an unexpected way, and the reaction it creates will dismantle their mask in front of others. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Do not underestimate what is coming. The justice of heaven doesn't come with noise, it comes with undeniable evidence. This isn't about revenge, this is about restoration, and it's happening in divine order. Someone is about to step forward who will be used as a vessel of truth. They won't be able to explain why they suddenly had the urge to confess. But you'll know, your spirit will recognize the timing. This is the divine rewind. Events that were spun against you are reversing. Things taken from you emotionally, financially, or reputationally are moving back into your possession. Your hands are clean. Your heart stayed soft. That's why judgment has no delays anymore. It's landing like thunder against every mouth that cursed you in secret. Type Amen to get blessing 144. One of your enemies is having nightmares, vivid, unexplainable, almost prophetic dreams. These dreams are not coincidences, they are warnings from the divine realm. They will try to ignore them, but the dreams will keep returning stronger each time. Those who gossiped about you are losing their peace. Their circles are breaking. One person in their group already knows the truth and is preparing to walk away, taking important information with them. They underestimated your endurance. They thought your silence meant surrender. But now, their entire foundation is being shaken by truths they never imagined would surface. Archangel Michael says, heaven never loses track of loyalty. Your loyalty has been recorded. Your suffering has been noted. And now, judgment will match it all in proportion and power. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. Your enemies sat around tables and laughed. They celebrated your delay. But they didn't know they were also celebrating their own downfall, because the heavens recorded every word. The day you cried quietly, when no one was watching, that day opened a portal of intervention. From that moment forward, your case was placed into divine review. And now, that review has become a verdict. The person who once smiled in your face and stabbed you in the back is growing silent. They've started losing allies. They've noticed their plans no longer work the way they used to. And still, they won't say your name. But they're thinking about you constantly, because they can feel that something is turning, and that you are coming back, higher than before. Type Amen to get blessing 646. A voice recording will reveal who was the mastermind. The one who acted innocent was the one pulling strings behind scenes. The voice clip is not only real, it is timed by heaven to come at the moment your favor begins to rise. Someone tried to paint you as unstable or unreliable. They use sent to the wrong person. Secrets spilling like oil. These are not coincidences, they're scheduled exposures. Someone you once begged for clarity will now come with it willingly. Not because you asked, but because they were divinely nudged. Their timing will confirm that heaven's justice was never late. This is your moment to reclaim what was stolen, not through revenge, but through restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 2002. There is someone who faked loyalty while secretly spreading rumors. This person had access to your life, your emotions, your trust. But now, they are losing the ability to fake. Their lies are crumbling. Their facial expressions are betraying them. And others are noticing, slowly backing away. One conversation behind your back is now being discussed in rooms you were never meant to be part of. But now those rooms are opening up to you, because your name is being cleared without your intervention. Archangel Michael says, the scales are tipping. And you will no longer be the one people whisper about, you'll be the one they rise to defend. Type Amen to get blessing 411. You might suddenly feel urges to throw out certain objects, move locations, or cut ties. These are not random, they are spiritual instructions. Trust them. As your enemies fall under judgment, your path is being cleared. What felt foggy will now become sharp. What was locked is being unlocked from above. A prophetic dream is coming to you. It will give you clarity about someone's true role in your pain. When it happens, write it down, it's your divine strategy. You are not just being defended. You are being elevated. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. They're going to hear about your success. They won't say anything, but inside they'll panic. They'll try to find out how you made it through, who helped you, and what door opened for you. But they'll never understand, it was never a human door. It was heaven. A financial reversal is coming. Something you thought was denied is suddenly approved. A delay caused by a secret enemy is being supernaturally removed. Archangel Michael says, you are being rewarded in front of the ones who tried to break you. Their punishment is watching you become everything they said you wouldn't. Type Amen to get blessing 919. This isn't just personal. It's generational. You are breaking something your bloodline suffered from for years. The attacks weren't random, they were aimed at stopping your legacy. But now that you've survived, the curse is broken. You are rising not just for yourself, but for those after you. Your enemies thought they were hurting one person. But they failed to realize, they awakened a spiritual awakening in your family line. You are about to step into rooms they tried to keep you out of. Not as a guest, but as the one in charge. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There is a public shift coming. Someone in a leadership position is about to make a surprising statement about you. This will shock the ones who once mocked your name. The doors that were shut are now being opened with your name on them. Emails are being written. Your name is being spoken with honor again. Don't look back. You are not returning to broken friendships or fake alliances. The next level requires you to walk forward alone, but you won't feel lonely, because heaven is walking with you. Archangel Michael says, the tables are not turning, they have turned. Type Amen to get blessing 6006. You will soon see a message, post, or photo that confirms someone has been watching your life closely. Their silence was never neutral, it was filled with envy and fear. They've been waiting for your downfall. But now they're watching your rise, and they are terrified to admit they were wrong. This person will attempt to contact you in a soft, friendly tone, but do not be fooled. Their judgment is not over. Your discernment is your shield. Stand tall, chosen one. You are glowing not just with peace, but with divine power. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.